All right, hello, this is Wmpyr. This is another partner drill. Um, so this one is we're basically doing the force-to-force block, but we're alternating attacker, defender after 3 attacks. So any 3 attacks of your choice. So this kind of helps us work on defending against combos, and then we switch. So I'm attacking here with 3 combos, and then he's going to be attacking me with 3 combos. Okay, and we just go back and forth, back and forth. Um, yeah, it's definitely controlled. The chaos element here is I don't know what 3 he's going to be attacking me with, and he doesn't know what 3 I'm going to be attacking him with. So that is the little bit of chaos element. Obviously, it's super controlled in a sense that we're not like using the free hand or kicking or going into grappling or anything like that. So it's still very, very controlled. This is not obviously full contact sparring. I'm not going all out. You want to be able to control your speed, and there's still plenty of stuff to work on. Like I'm looking at the video here and I'm seeing plenty of mistakes that I'm making that I could do better, you know. So it's about examining yourself and just working on things, no excuses, and you don't have to go full contact. That's the whole point with a lot of these Filipino martial arts partner drills. And that is the benefit because we do this kind of practice a lot. We're getting a lot of mileage and we're not getting hurt, And well, what about the realistic element? Well, there are certain things that we put in there. We could, as we get better at this, we could start to put in a little bit more speed, or we could start to put in harder angles to defend against. We could start to put in a little bit more power. Can put in some fakes and stuff. Like right there, I'm putting in some weird angles. Like I used a fan motion in one of those attacks. And some of these movements, depending on how you cut the angle, the attack feels like it just comes out of nowhere, like it comes out suddenly. And then, I mean, you could see it in your training partner's reaction when they look more jerky in their reaction. You caught them off guard, even though they know it's going to be 3 attacks. It's still, like I said, there's plenty of room for realistic things to happen within this. Another thing is, like as I'm attacking, part of me is trying to corner him, right? And when I move back, I have to reset because I successfully cornered him. And like right there, he was cornered. So then we kind of have to almost stop the drill for a split second and then restart again. And you could see, like, you see right there, he got cornered again. And so right there, I was trying to help him with the lower lines of attack because those angles are very tricky. But I'm also trying to help him to not get cornered so easily. So if you watch me right there, I hopped to the side because I knew if I kept going that I'm gonna get cornered or I'm gonna be pressed up against the wall. So that kind of thing. So once again, I had to go back because I had put him in the corner, and he keeps going back to that same corner. So I'm gonna try to help him not do that. And so like right here, you see me like trying to circle out, and now he's getting cornered into the other side. And I'm feeding him these the low line angles are very difficult to deal with. Right there, I was getting cornered. You could see I was trying to almost getting pressed back to the wall. I'm helping him. I'm telling him you need to move out that way to get out from being cornered. So once again, there's lots of things to learn here that would help in a real life situation. You see, not getting cornered is a big deal. Being able to deal with low line attacks is also a big deal because they are so tricky. Now, the common bad guy in the street, are they going to do a low line attack? You never know. Okay, I mean they may, bring the knife out very low with the intention of stabbing me in the stomach. So, but it could start off low. Or, they may, because MMA is so popular, they may go for a double leg takedown. And that's a low line, that's a level change. So, if anything, hopefully we know now from just watching the UFC that a level change is very tricky to deal with. And so a lot of UFC fighters and stuff, they spend a lot of time trying to defend against a level change, a double leg takedown, a low line attack, And then of course we also see that with the kickboxing element, the Muay Thai element, where they're punching high or they're kicking high, and then all of a sudden there's that calf kick, which we get to see in MMA and can be brutally effective. So this is no different with weapons. This is no different in Filipino martial arts, that low line can be extremely tricky as well. And once again, we're playing with all the lines, high, middle, and low. You mix those three up, and plus, there is a lot of angles of attack that we work on. So just basic wise, you have the pretty much the clock that gives you the angles of attack. So you could play around with all of that. And if you notice, even though I said this is a force to force block, I think, let me see, none of us is really grabbing the stick with both hands. So that kind of becomes more the evolution. So the more basic is to grab the stick with two hands. And that is your foundation. But right here, you don't see us doing that, okay? It just looks like solo baston work, single stick work. But it's the same idea. And right there, like, you could see that he is holding the stick with two hands because he still has that comfort level, and he knows that's what this is based off of. So he's still like grabbing that, but when actually like now I'm going to attack him, he's not. You see, he's not doing that. It's more of a psychological thing where he feels more secure having both of his hands on the stick, But when he's actually defending, he's not, as you guys can see, and neither am I. But once again, that it's just connected. The force to force block, all the way to the single stick stuff, to counters and all that. It's all one system, and that is the idea. I'm not thinking attack and defend. I am thinking, when I am doing self-defense, I'm just doing what I do here, what I normally do. So it's simplified. I hope that makes sense. It is a simple code that connects multiple techniques into one format, and that is, I just give it a name, the diamond defense. And the most basic technique of the diamond defense is the force to force block, which you are not seeing here because what we're doing here is a little bit more advanced. It's like the next step above the force to force block. In other words, the technique, the blocking techniques that he's using and that I'm using, it's a modification of the force to force block. That's the way that I view it, okay? For someone who trains in normal Filipino martial arts, this is just, it looks like we're just doing more like conventional blocking. But once again, for us, it is developed off of the force to force block. So, and then when we go to improvised weapons or improvised shields, using stuff like a belt bag or some kind of carry bag for defense against a knife or a stick type weapon like a lead pipe or something, to us, it's really, we're doing what you're seeing here. It's no different. And once again, that just simplifies. So in the meantime, you just got to get the mileage, and that's what we're doing here. We're getting as much so-called mat time, just putting this stuff into muscle memory and practicing. Just practice. So that's it for now. Thank you for viewing, and take care, folks.